7 o'clock, Psycho sees Santa's workshop, and only Lee Majors can stop them. In the night the reindeer die. Be here.
You can't show that commercial. That thing looked like the Manson family Christmas special.
Think I'm way off base?
Yes, you're a tad off base, sir.
Frank Cross is more than the youngest network president in television history.
Call security, have them change his locks, and toss him out of the building.
Oh, he's fired? It's Christmas.
Thank you. Call accounting. Stop his bonus. Watch out.
He's a thoughtful boss,
Thanks, boys. Get the nurse.
a generous brother,
What did he give you last year?
I don't remember. A shower curtain. Ma'am, I think you dropped something here.
and a true humanitarian.
I can't get the antlers glued onto this little guy. We've tried crazy glue.
Have you tried Staples?
But his life is about to change.
That was a good one.
You are going to be visited by 3 ghosts tomorrow at noon.
God, tomorrow's bad for me, Lou. As a matter of fact, the whole rest of the week is a washout. Ow.
Anyone who thinks he hates Christmas is wrong.
Come back to Jersey, you moron!
It's ghosts he hates.
I love that bit!
I'm the ghost of Christmas present.
Bill Murray, Karen Allen,
It sounded like he'd seen a ghost.
A ghost?
John Forsythe, Bobcat Goldthwait,
Hey! You glad to see me, or is this a shotgun in your pocket? You know this one?
Everybody knows this one. Let's go now.
Now, does everybody know this one?
Carol Kane, Robert Mitchum,
I really care!
David Johansen.
Oh, I'm having the weirdest day!
See Bill Murray get Scrooged.
Hey, back off, big man. That may work with the chicks, but not with me.
And now, Deep Thoughts by Brad and Gary.
Ho, 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 and welcome to the Not Ready for Primetime Project. We're Elliot Loudermilk and Bryce Cummings.
And you're not.
No, that's when you say, I'm going to be dining out on this for months.
What's that one?
It's from Bryce Cummings when he's like, I get to work with the Frank Cross. I'm going to be dining out on this for months.
We've lost it, and we haven't even started.
This week on Deep Thoughts, we're talking about Scrooged.
Scrooge, we're back.
This film was originally released on November 23rd, 1988. Bryce, I love this movie.
How could you not? A holiday classic, no matter what the writers and star and director say.
It's funny because everything, well, I don't know nearly as much about this movie as you do, but the things that I have read, you would think that this movie were a flop that no one saw and no one cares about. Yet I love this movie.
Well, then you probably don't know this is an Oscar-nominated film we're talking about today.
I actually I did see that earlier. I believe it was makeup, right? Was it best makeup?
Yeah, it lost to Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Oh, it lost to Beetlejuice? That's a bummer. I thought it had won some Oscar, but...
No, then I would have said Oscar-winning movie instead of nominated.
I wasn't sure if your facts were correct.
Good point. Fair enough. What other facts do I have? Let's see. Directed by Richard Donner of Lethal Weapon and Superman 1 and Should Have Been 2 fame. And Goonies.
I was going to say, and many other things, it turns out.
Well, I guess so. Who else?
The Omen.
Oh, right. Written by Michael O'Donoghue and Mitch Glazer. And, of course, starring Bill Murray. Along with a laundry list of celebrities and actors, most notably Karen Allen, Bobcat Goldthwait, Carol Kane, Robert Mitchum, John Glover, and Alfred Woodard. And at least 3 other Murray brothers.
It's all 3 of the other Murray brothers who are actors are in this film. I believe this is the only film where all 4 Murray brothers are in the actual film.
I buy that.
Yeah. But Bill Murray is the star and carries this film the entire way. There are only a handful of scenes that he's not in. And it's kind of remarkable.
It is. It is. And I think that's why I like this movie so much, because it's so much Bill Murray. And kind of the start of, I guess, we've come to know Bill Murray as. Like, this is the inkling of him moving on from Stripes and Meatballs, Caddyshack Bill Murray, and kind of a more refined, layered, you know, dramatic, comedic back and forth Bill Murray that, you know, he really hits it right with like Groundhog Day, you know, down the road.
Yeah.
But it starts here. You can see it here. You can see that stuff here.
And I think the Charles Dickens story of Scrooged kind of lays it out perfectly. It's a story about a character development, right?
The Charles Dickens classic, really... A Christmas Carol, for which this movie is based upon? Yes.
Right.
Right.
I thought this movie was based upon a Muppet Christmas Carol. No? Is that different?
I mean,
I think that came after this.
It's the same multiverse. It's just different somewhat.
But the story inherently is about character development. And I think you really see that with Bill Murray here. And like you're saying, that's not something you would have seen Bill Murray 5-10 years prior to this.
Yeah. Well, you weren't seeing anything for 4 years prior to this, because this is the first thing he's really done since 1984. You said this came out in 1988. 1984 was Ghostbusters, which was, you know, huge astronomical success. At the same time, Razor's Edge, which was him trying to be full on dramatic, flops. And so he takes time away and he leaves the industry for 4 years. The only thing he does in between the Ghostbusters, Razor's Edge, and this is that cameo he does in Little Shop of Horrors a couple of years earlier, which he makes reference to at the end of the movie. But yeah, I think this is him trying to do. He kind of does this a little bit maybe in Where the Buffalo Roam, but it's definitely more comedic, and there's not really a lot of, it's like weird comedic. It's not very dramatic, where he plays up dramatic beats and moments, like you said, a character development, character change. You know what this is very similar to, and I'm only thinking of it now because it's so close to Thanksgiving. It's very close to Neil Page and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Interesting. Yeah,
the character, not the movie. The character growth.
Yeah. Although that one seems to... No, I guess you're right. Yeah, I was going to say that one seems to like turn on a dime at some point, but not really. Like there are glimpses of it in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles that you see, like Neil Page's heart. I
mean, I argue Steve Martin does it better and more subtle. And that, I mean, he does it more subtly and thus it is better, but I feel like it's the same idea where Bill Murray is very kind of black and white, out there, broad. Right. I'm sure we'll get into it when we start talking about how the movie was done and creative differences and stuff. Bill Murray's much more broader and loud than Steve Martin is.
Right. Yeah, but I feel like that's the tone of the whole movie,
it is.
Right? Like there's not much subtlety in this.
Oh my God.
In this film at all.
The one thing I do love this movie, and we should go back and actually like talk about the story of it. But there's the moment like that I really, there's not a lot of things I dislike about this movie, but there's the moment of his character development or reveal where they make him out to be such a dick so hard. And there's the sequence where he takes a cab to go to an award ceremony, and he like pushes a little old lady out of the way, and it's like, bye grandma, and gives her the finger, then gets the award, which you know this is coming up, gets back in a cab, and mere 2 minutes later leaves the award in a cab when he goes back to the office.
Right.
And it's just so blatant of like, we get it. We get what you're doing. It always bothered me. That's like the obviousness of it. Where again, I'm like contrasting to say Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, where it's a little bit slower of a burn with the Steve Martin character.
Yeah.
They don't want you to miss it. If you didn't already with him firing Elliot and not caring about Grace's kids and all these other things, let's just hammer the point home one more time.
But I feel like that's kind of, and we can talk about this now, that feels like a Richard Donner trait. Like many Richard Donner films there's not much subtlety in those, right? Like
that's a good point. Well, yes, you're right.
Right? Like there's nothing subtle really going on in Goonies or even Superman, or especially the Lethal Weapon 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's nothing subtle. Everything is in your face and driving that point home. Whatever the message or what he wants to say about each character is like right blatantly in your face. And this film, you see that with every character, with every actor, it's just kind of ramped up. So they're kind of, I don't want to say caricatures, but you know exactly who that character is.
Yeah, no, or they're caricatures. I think that's a good way to put it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
no, I mean, I've always found Richard Donner to be an interesting choice for this film because I feel like I don't know, it doesn't seem like a Richard Donner film.
No, not at all. And he has like touched on comedy a little bit, but it's very odd for him to do a full-on comedy. And you're right, he's very broad. There's no subtlety with him. And I think it's interesting you get Bill Murray coming in after this 4-year absence, that he isn't maybe as confident as he would be in trying to do what he wanted to do. So I think he let a lot of it go, like followed Richard Donner without really pressing him, even though they kind of butted heads nonstop. I mean, when this film ended, Bill Murray had a lot of bad press, a lot of bad things to say about it in the press, and he would ridicule Donner and say they, fought every minute of every day, and all he wanted him to do was be louder, bigger. He thought I think he said, I thought I was deaf. So, it's interesting because everybody talks about anybody who talks about this actor wise, especially Bill Murray, but they loved the script. Everybody thought this script was amazing. The Michael O'Donoghue, Mitch Glazer script. And then you see what ends and no one is happy with what they ended up with.
Yeah, so that's interesting, right? Because I guess the final film that we see it's clearly not the original script that Bill Murray liked.
Right.
But it's also not the script that they shot.
Right.
So it's kind of its own thing.
Which is kind of par for the course with Bill Murray a little bit. We talked about this on Meatballs. The Meatball story was about the counselors, and then Bill Murray shows up, and now it becomes a movie about Bill Murray and this kid. I think you get a lot of that in this film, where there was a script and a story, and the story's still there, but you now get Bill Murray like improvising and making things up, and then you get different things happening than on the page.
Yeah. I mean, I think because it's an adaptation of Charles Dickens, like there's only so much leeway you have to change the actual story.
Sure.
So you're changing elements of it.
Right.
But I wonder what those elements were that Mitch Glazer and Michael O'Donoghue wrote into the original script that were lost, and how it changed. I know,
well, it changed. I guess it changed
what elements
a
of
few
it
times.
changed.
Because, the script was around in the mid 80s, I think 85, 86 and 84. And Bill Murray passed on it because he took this break. And then when he wanted to come back into filmmaking, the whole reason he went back to this was he liked the idea of doing, a comedy take on A Christmas Carol, and reworked whatever the original draft was with Michael O'Donoghue and Mitch Glazer. They reworked it a bunch. He wanted to flesh out the romantic storyline a little bit more with him and the Karen Allen character, and a lot of the family stuff, both with him and his brother, and then the flashbacks with the great Brian Doyle Murray, which is amazing. But so even then they get the script to a point that he likes and they're all happy with. And that's when people like Karen Allen said she loved the script. Carol Kane thought it was an amazing script. So I would love to see what that initial draft was that all the people involved saw. And then what got ruined or changed with like Richard Donner coming in. And because there's elements there, especially in the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
And the movie opens really great. If you don't know what the movie is on your first time seeing it, there's no credits. It comes up from black and there's the jingles music, and you see Scrooged, and then it goes away. And then you basically are watching a trailer for The Night the Reindeer Died.
Yeah. You're in Santa's workshop. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's attacked.
It's like
Lee Majors comes
with the Predator gun. And then I looked it up. It's legitimately the gun Jesse the Body has in the Predator.
Yeah, I saw that.
But like that's quintessential O'Donoghue right there. Like Santa's workshop's attacked and all of the elves and everyone starts arming themselves with machine guns. And then it's, Bob Goulet's Cajun Christmas, and he's paddling through the bayou and a crocodile is going to like attack him in his boat. So there's definitely, and then when Bill Murray yells at everybody because the ad they have is for, you have America's old fart. Here's something I would have done. Yes. And he's trying to scare the Dickens out of people. The Dickens. Again, classic O'Donoghue. And then you don't see it again for a long time. I feel like it was there, and then you don't see the Michael O'Donoghue influence for most of the film.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. There are elements in other parts of it, but no, it's kind of scarce after that.
But you can see the general construct too, because this is a very SNL influenced film. Bill Murray has spoken that he has not playing Lorne as Frank Cross, and it's set in New York amongst a live television show. So there's a lot of SNL world that they're pulling from, both him and Michael and Mitch. Mm-hmm. So you can see that vibe, influence, at least on the construct of how they created the story of how they set it. He could have been anything.
Right.
Happened to be a TV executive.
Francis Xavier Cross. It's a great character. And to your point, in the beginning, it definitely is kind of a caricature of an asshole TV executive. But I think they do a really nice job of pulling in the other executives and not giving them, except for Elliot Loudermilk, not really, and the hot blonde one that we don't know really who she is, but they don't spend too much time with anyone else in this world. It's just Frank Cross's world until you see Robert Mitchum come in.
Robert Mitchum.
That is brilliant casting to have Robert Mitchum of all people come on.
How is first of all, what does Robert Mitchum do in this? Because isn't Frank Cross the president of the network?
Of the network, yeah. So and he's like the chairman or something.
But
he's his boss is what it comes down to.
He is his boss, exactly right. And there's a couple through lines where I'm like, what is happening here? This doesn't really add up. But regardless, the fact that you get Robert Mitchum, and I forgot just how cool Robert Mitchum was back in the day. I just recently, like the day before I watched this, saw on social media a clip of Robert Mitchum, I think on either Dick Cavett or Merv Griffin, I don't know. But he's sitting there and he's wearing sunglasses and I think he's drunk, smoking a cigarette, just does not give a shit. And now you cut to him and he's trying to tell Bill Murray to make TV shows for cats. And at one point, he's on the phone with Bobcat Goldthwait talking about being called a butthead.
Yeah.
It's Robert
Mitchum. He's called a butthead by Bobcat Goldthwait. And yes.
He's like, a butthead? He just called you a butthead. A butthead? It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh.
Also, Bobcat Goldthwait
is a great choice. What do you mean? You don't like Bobcat Goldthwait? It's Goldthwait.
Goldthwait. It's always been an odd casting for me. No? It's almost like Rick Moranis said no.
Well, Bobcat and Bill Murray had a relationship. Like they had, I mean, I guess they did other films after this one together. Like Bill Murray's been in some films that Bobcat directed.
Yeah. No, it's
also a very 80s casting.
It is like very 80s.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
He's on the rise, man. He had done the Police Academy movies, I think 3 of them at this point. And what's the One Crazy Summer, right? Was he in that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
he's great in One Crazy
then
Summer.
let's not forget earlier this year of 1988, Hot to Trot.
That's right.
Where, in case you forget, John Candy plays a talking horse. That movie should have been Oscar nominated. Dabney Coleman, that's a good movie.
Oh, I always found it to be an interesting choice that Bobcat kept up that voice for as long as he did.
That's the thing. It's like he's playing Bobcat, the character in this movie, and I wish he would have not. I wish he would have been Elliot.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I agree with that. Especially the part where he comes back and he's drunk. That's when that voice just totally kind of takes me out of it a little bit.
Yeah, but I agree.
Do you know who Bobcat Goldthwait's best friend growing up was?
Nope.
He grew up with Tom Kenny. Do you know who Tom Kenny is?
No.
He's the voice of SpongeBob.
Oh.
And when they were coming up as comics in Boston, some club owner gave them nicknames Bobcat and Tomcat, and it just stuck for Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh.
And never for Tom Kenny.
I did not know.
That's my little detour.
Who else is in this movie? Carol Kane, excellent choice. She's brilliant, of course, as the Ghost of Christmas Present. Buster Poindexter.
Carol Kane.
What's his real name? David Johansen, Ghost of Christmas Past. He's pretty fun.
I believe that was originally supposed to be Sam Kinison, correct?
Yeah, Kinison. Yeah, or at least he was up for it. I don't know how far he went, but he was mentioned at one point. Yeah, again, 80s.
80, yeah. Well, Kinison didn't live into the 90s, but yeah, Buster Poindexter and Bill Murray, again, friends. Yeah. Like another casting choice that was done because they were friends.
Yeah. I mean, I think Bill Murray has a lot of pull in this movie. I can't express
clearly
how big of a deal it was to get Bill Murray back in a movie in 1988. I think they said like every year he stayed out of films, his asking price went up $1 million. And it was pretty much only him and Eddie Murphy at the time were like guaranteed draws. And to your point, like this wasn't a flop. I think it was a $32 million budget film that they turned around very quickly. They shot this at the end of December of 87 into the spring of 88, and it came out in November of that year. So like once Bill Murray signed on, I feel like these wheels, which might be another one of the reasons why there might be plot holes and story issues, because everything just happened so fast to get it out for Christmas.
Yeah.
But it made like $60 million in the US and domestic, which I think it was in the top 15 that year. I think it was like 13 for the year. And it with overseas, it made over $100 million. So like you mentioned, it was not a flop by any means.
No, it is my favorite Christmas movie. I think it has become my favorite Christmas movie.
I agree. Who else is in this? Some really tall dude plays the Ghost of Christmas Future. John Forsythe plays his boss, his old boss. Which I don't necessarily understand too. That's another one of my storyline issues where in Christmas Past, they take him to the Frisbee the Dog show and they're recording a kid's show on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
All these kids are there. And then the head of the network, which is what I assume John Forsythe is there in the wings.
Sure. Right.
And it's obviously late in the day because they're going to dinner right after it.
But his wife's in Palm Springs.
Never understood that part of the storyline. Like,
I mean,
how is this?
They just have to tie everything back to Christmas Eves. That's all.
Yes.
Like all of that happens on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
All of them
Everything they went to visit. Yeah. Who said? We said Karen Allen, big deal at the time.
Yeah. I was thinking that. What was Karen Allen in the late 80s at this point? I mean, she had done clearly Animal House and Indiana Jones and that stuff, but I don't know what she was doing in the later 80s.
Not much around here. This is, I think, one of her last bigger quote unquote roles. Not quote unquote, it is. It's a role. Like, I don't know why I said that. It was definitely, she was in Starman. Again, that was a couple years ago. And then she also too hadn't done a lot of movies for a couple of years. And then I think, this was to kind of not a comeback, but keep herself, in the consciousness. Then she kind of fell off. I did a movie with her a few years ago. She's so nice. She's awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Karen Allen.
Let's see. Did you notice, before we get into cameos, did you notice who played Alfre Woodard's? Oh, Alfre Woodard's also in it, early role. She's really good.
Woodard, yep.
As Grace.
She's really good.
Because they kind of take the Bob Cratchit role of the movie, of the original, and kind of divide it between her and Elliot a little bit. Yeah. It's like, there's two victims, quote unquote, of Scrooge in this.
Right.
But she does a good job. She's holds her own against Bill Murray. But do you know who plays her mom? Do you recognize who that was?
Mama.
Yeah, Mabel King.
Mabel King.
Exactly. It was awesome.
She's just adorable. Love her.
She's so good. And then the laundry list of cameos you've got. We mentioned Lee Majors already. Robert Goulet. John Houseman plays the narrator, right, of Scrooge, the aforementioned old fart. Uh-huh. Buddy Hackett, Jamie Farr, Mary Lou Retton, of course, is in the show, who I don't think she has any lines. Right. She just does a cartwheel or a flip like 3 times in this. That's all she does. And stands around.
I think in the promo she says, "God bless us, everyone."
Oh. Got it.
Turns around, does one of these things up in the air, gives you one of these.
Can you believe the first director didn't want her? No. Well, he does now. We say bye-bye.
He go bye-bye.
He go bye-bye. Speaking of directors, the original director on this project?
Yeah.
Sidney Pollack.
Oh, interesting.
And
now that he would have been more subtle.
Yes.
There would have been a lot more subtlety with Sidney Pollack. Yeah.
Well, you know who's not subtle? O'Donoghue. And if you read Dennis's book, there's a passage in it where basically O'Donoghue like rode Sidney Pollack off the film, just bitching and complaining and just riding his ass the whole time. But it makes sense because Sidney Pollack did Tootsie with Bill Murray. And so if you're Bill Murray and you're coming back after a long time and you're going to try to lean into that dramatic side a little bit, Sidney Pollack is a great idea. Great choice.
I like it.
But we lost him and got Richard Donner.
Yeah.
And
who else? We see Paul Schaefer.
Paul Schaefer, Mr. Entertainment himself. He's out there as one of the buskers with, with Miles Davis.
Miles Davis. Yeah.
And David Sanborn. Yeah, that's a fun little Easter egg.
Little nugget.
At. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great, fun cast.
It is. It's a great cast. Like when you sit and look at those names, you're like, oh my God.
Who plays Bill Murray's mom when they go back when he's little? I always wanted that to be someone, but I don't think it is.
No, it's not. Because Brian Doyle Murray plays his dad.
Yeah.
One of his brothers plays his real brother, and then the other brother's a guest at the party with Mitch Glazer.
Right.
Whose wife is Wendy Malick at the time, was married to Wendy Malick, and she's at the party. That's what I'm saying. There's all these people pop up. Regina King's sister.
Well, Wendy Malick plays his sister-in-law, Frank. He plays Frank Cross. She plays Frank Cross's sister-in-law.
Right. She plays the wife of one of the brothers. And in real life, she was married to Mitch Glazer at the time, who's also in that scene.
Right.
It's Mitch and the two brothers, and they all have wives. You know who one of the other wives is at that party?
No.
The woman who played Del Griffith's wife in Planes, Trains, and Automobile, like in the picture frame.
Oh, really?
She's one of the wives. Yeah. At the party there. I think she's the one next to John, but John Murphy. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
What's her name? Kathleen Kenny from the Drew Carey Show. Like one of her very first roles is the nurse with the censor woman. Again, the TV shows battling the censors. Where we heard this before? It's like, there's so many SNL like winks in this movie.
I mean, is that a wink to SNL? Like TV shows battle censors all the time.
I guess it's just an easy thing for them to write about. O'Donoghue battling with the censor and then literally throwing them around on the floor. Look, can you see a nipple? I don't see a nipple. And he's really looking.
Thanks, boys. Thanks. Watch the full. Look out.
That's okay. She's a pro.
Thanks, boys. Get the nurse.
Would you please, for the love of God, stop the goddamn hammering? Excuse me, Lumpy. Around these parts, people call me Mr. Cross. Sorry, I'm new here.
Well, that's one of my favorite lines because he says it in this way. Like
some
you
weird
could tell
Southern
Bill
accent.
Murray was kind of getting fed up by having to do this take too many times because he's like, around this part, people call me Mr. Cross. And that's the take that they used. Yeah. Have you tried Staples?
Classic.
I mean, it really is so much fun watching this movie, and having watched it as many times as we each have, I don't think there's anything that we're ever surprised about or forget about, except it's like little nuggets where you see like, oh yeah, that's Mabel King, or like, oh, that is Miles Davis playing with Paul Schaefer. Like, on your first pass, you recognize Paul Schaefer, but then you watch it again and you recognize someone else, and like, oh, David Sanborn, stuff like that. Because for me, I'm now at the point where I listen to things like people around here call me Mr. Cross, and find those things. And I'm like, oh yeah, that, and the facial expressions that Bill Murray makes, like, it's just so good.
I started watching the background action because I know the movie so well. I started watching all the people, and I must say, it is not very good. The people as extras on the TV set, not good. And there's another scene somewhere else I was watching, and I was like, this is not good background action. Because I just know the movie so well, and all the lines. It's like, okay, well, but it's still so much fun.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, there's another one, another Don O'Donoghue line when they're doing the opening, and it's Father Loves Beaver. It's like a Leave It to Beaver reunion or something. Like, and they walk home like, "Where's Dad?" And the wife goes, "If I know your father, he's out chasing beaver." It's like O'Donoghue, of course.
Yeah, that's definitely an O'Donoghue line.
But I do like to get to the storyline of it again too. I agree with you. It's fun to watch, and they do a really nice job of making a modern version, just taking that Christmas Carol story and incorporating into this TV world and meeting the ghosts, because everything kind of happens like plot point when you need it to happen. Nothing really overstays its welcome. You know, the setup of Cross is a little bit, like I said, a little bit heavy-handed. That whole sequence starts with his brother too, and his brother wants him to come over for Christmas, and they're talking on the street. It's when they see Paul Simon. He's like, "You don't like Paul Simon."
Paul Schaefer.
When you see Paul Schaefer.
Yeah. We don't need to see Paul Simon.
And why do I always go to Paul Simon? When I always make a Paul mistake, it's Paul Simon. But his brother's like, "You don't really like Christmas, do you?" And they have this big discussion at the end. He's like, "I want you to have fun. Happy New Year." Like, you can't even say Merry Christmas. It's like, okay, we get it. And then that leads to that whole taxi guy with the grandma and all that. But it's fun the way the ghosts show up. Buster Poindexter, the Ghost of Christmas Past, is really funny. And the stuff he takes him to see, his little childhood home. And then in the 60s, when he first started out at the station and then meeting Claire for the first time, like, it's fun. And then they do coming back and forth, and then Bill Murray back into the, current day of running the show and meeting up with Claire again. Like, they do, that's all really good. And then Carol Kane is great. It's like a great centerpiece of her. Her and Bill together are just really fun.
I feel like they're all so good because I think it's because no one except Bill Murray has a big role in this. So they all can be like, focus on this character, like put all of the effort into their scenes, especially someone like Buster Poindexter. I almost called him Dexter Poindexter. Buster Poindexter. He does a really good job when he's good in a scene with Bill Murray. Yeah, like Niagara Falls,
Frankie Angel. Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah. And Carol King is she's phenomenal in everything she does, but she's really great in this role.
She's so good. They were supposed to double her for her entrance when she's doing the ballet, the Nutcracker Suite ballet thing.
Yeah.
And she was trying to like really do her best, and she's really not good. And somebody, I think it was like the art director or somebody, like saw her rehearsing and saw how bad it was and went to Richard Donner and was like, no, we cannot use the double. You have to use Carol Kane. And it's so much funnier with her like struggling to do this. Like, it's so fun.
What are some of your some of your favorite scenes to go back and like when they come on, you're like, I fucking love this.
I love the scene at the shelter. I think it's after.
I was just gonna say.
Is that after that's after Christmas Past, right? Yeah, it's in between past and present, I think. Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is. And because he has a great line with the homeless people, and he does his Richard Burton impression.
Yes. Yes.
He does Richard Burton, which is hilarious. And then I always love the interaction he has with Claire and the two ladies, because there's a bit, he's trying to take Claire out. He's like, we have to go. We have to leave. Let's leave now. She's like, I can't leave because they don't have fuses. He's like, turkeys. Just go to the hardware store, get a fuse. And they didn't send any turkeys. The A&P didn't bring any turkeys. And I love this. He's like, just look it up. It's in the phone book. It's under A. And if it's not under A, it's under P. And he's like, they can take care of it. Yeah. These are big girls, very big girls. And it's like a classic Bill Murray dig. I love that scene. That whole sequence is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I love that. I love that when he's like, why do you keep calling me Dick? Yeah. And he's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Burton.
And he walks out and he asks him for $1 outside the shelter. He goes, I'm sorry, Liz rang me dry, but there's a sucker in there if you need one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so good. I do like the ending, which is a point of contention, I think, for some people. Like, so he comes back and he sees the ghost of Christmas future and he realizes his life is going to be tragic, which that's actually the one point in the movie too, when he sees The Ghost of Christmas Future, it felt like it went back to O'Donoghue a little bit because it got very weird. The Ghost of Christmas Future. Like the kid is in an insane asylum, a padded room.
Yeah.
And then Claire is a mime, I think.
That's a lot of white makeup.
Right?
I don't know what that's all about.
Like she's like all highfalutin and whatever. And then Frank is dead and is literally being burned. His coffin is being burned with, of course, then we get our O'Donoghue cameo as the priest, which was great. But that sequence, it got like very dark all of a sudden. And then he comes out and, you know, realizes the error of his ways and gets Elliot. And then that whole monologue was something that O'Donoghue and Glazer were always having trouble. How do we end this movie? What do we do? And so I think they said they concocted the idea of, you know, New York City on Christmas Eve, because it's the one night of the year people could be nice to each other. And I think they said it's like a miracle we could live with is what they called it. So they wrote this whole, you know, monologue for Bill Murray. And I guess, again, not having been acting for a while and trying to play that, you know, comedic, dramatic tightrope, was like really nervous, didn't know how to do it. And on the day just started ad-lib all of his lines and moving around and not hitting his marks, just kind of improvised the whole thing. And we get this like really sentimental performance. Like he's crying. That's actually maybe the one thing I did notice this last time is he actually feels like real tears at the end of that when he finishes that sequence. And they shot it and, you know, no one knew what was going on and what to expect. So the whole crew apparently like burst into applause afterwards. And then O'Donoghue like yells at him like, what the fuck was that? But Mitch Glazer had thought that he was having a nervous breakdown. Like, cause no one knew what was happening. And Bill just like made a complete left turn, you know, complete turn. And it's just going on his own. But I do like the ending. I think the ending's great. It's so fun. And it's only stuff that Bill Murray would do, I think.
Well, and I think it totally works being ad-libbed too, because what he says being that it's ad-libbed, it's not totally thought out, but that's exactly how someone would react in that moment on live TV when he's trying to get a point across of, you know, it's Christmas time. You've got to enjoy Christmas time. This is the one time a year you can like do something for someone. And, you know, he's like, make them a sandwich and say here, give them your coat and say here. And it's just so kind of rambling, but genuine. And it really works.
You can see him searching for the words. You can see him trying to figure out where to go next.
Yeah.
Like he would live,
Totally.
like unprepared. And it really does play authentic.
Yeah. It is a movie that I have watched every Christmas season for the last, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 years. And at one point, my wife and I watched it. We came home like after Christmas being out all day, seeing family. We come home and then we put on Scrooged. And I thought, you know what? We can never watch this to wrap up the Christmas season because I think it's a great movie to get you into the Christmas spirit. And it's because of that last scene and that monologue that he has, because it really is like, oh yeah, you got to get into the Christmas season and enjoy it. And I think it just totally comes across in that monologue.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think what other great moments there are in this, but they're so good. You know, it's funny. It's like, there's no like huge standout moments. Like just everything is a fun ride. Like you just sit down, you're in it for the whole.
Well, I like, you know, when John Forsythe first comes, you know, and busts through and he's drinking his tab and vodkas, which are hilarious.
Vodka, yeah.
You know, and he grabs him by the neck and holds him out the window. And Bill Murray's line is, don't drop me. They'll think I'm a suicide. Like he's more worried about his reputation than he actually is dying. And I just think that's such a great line to just, you know, show you who this person is.
There are subtle things in there. It's just, I think you have to really pay attention and find them. And then there's tons of just Bill Murray asides, little comments and one-offs that you would just, you know, he just made up and threw out that are just so funny.
Little glances, eyebrow raises. Yeah.
There's the scene in the beginning when Bryce first shows up and he's like talking a mile a minute to Bill at the elevator and he like runs in and he finds Grace and he's like, I need you. There's some LA slime bag. Bryce Cummings, look at, and he's like, she basically is like, okay, like you have your meeting after running. He goes, what? No. I'm working late. When I work late, you work late. If you can't work late, I can't work late. If I can't work late, I can't work late. She's like, well, I made this appointment 4 months ago. And he just looks at her. I care. It's like, so good. Like such Bill Murray stuff that you just can't find from anybody else.
No, it's really, that is a great scene. I just, yeah, you're right. There are a whole bunch of these little nuggets. Every scene, there's something, whether it's a look or an accent or the way he delivers a line, that it's just kind of like, oh yeah, that's Bill Murray. Like when he says what is it? 4 minutes and 30 seconds at Elliot Loudermilk.
Oh, Elliot Louderschmidt's leaving early today. Hold on.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh, and she's sitting there doing he's sitting there doing the Christmas gifts. Towel, VCR, towel. He's like, most of these are towels. Be wrong once. It's so like, there's just all these little subtle things. But then even like weird little scenes, like Elliot loses his job, so to get money, he goes to a blood drive. Now, I've never been to a blood drive, but I'm fairly certain they're not located in a back alley somewhere. It's literally a trailer in an alley that he walks out of. I'm like, what is this? Or solid gold dancers? Why are there solid gold dancers in the Scrooged
Because it's on TV. That one makes sense.
It's just so funny. It's like such ridiculously absurd things. That's probably another O'Donoghue one that kept in. Like, how can we make a modern telling of Scrooge ridiculous? Let's put the solid gold dancers in there.
Yeah. Buddy Hackett's cameo is really funny too. When he says the line wrong. Like I just feel like his take on that is really funny. And it's Buddy Hackett, which is really weird. Like, again, another one where you're just like, okay, they got Buddy Hackett and Jamie Farr to star in A Christmas Carol.
Yeah. Who's around? Who is having drinks the night before these? Oh, let's bring him in. But yeah, and John Glover's really good. Again, like nothing subtle. He plays the quintessential like LA douchebag. He's got the floppy blonde hair and he's a fast talker, and they sit at lunch. All the what does he have? The California health.
Oh, that's what it is.
Like
California health.
No dairy, right? He's like, no dairy. And it's just like, nothing is subtle. It's so funny.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, another thing I did laugh at is when, after he first meets the John Forsythe ghost, and he says, you're going to be met by 3 ghosts. And he falls when he lets him go out the window, and he falls back into his chair in the office, and the phone rings and it dials Claire. He's like, Claire, it's Frank Ross. I know it's been, he looks at his watch, 15 years, but I really need to, I laughed out loud. Always gets me.
Oh, that. And then, when Claire comes to the studio and he's like, we don't know. We think it was bad clams. We don't know.
It was something I ate. It was probably bad clam. It was something I ate. Probably bad clams. I don't know.
Yeah. And she's like, will you call me if it happens again? He's like,
call me. Well, I'm a seafood nut. I can't not eat clams. Yeah, it's so
funny.
God damn it, Bill Murray's good in this. It's definitely a sign of things to come, of characters he will play, where he has more confidence in himself and his director, and really can lay into both things and be comfortable doing both things at once in the same movie.
Yeah. I think it's interesting how many parallels there are between this film and Groundhog Day. Bill Murray plays a douchebag. A holiday happens and he comes out the other end, redeemed man. He has fights with the director that he never works with again. Yeah.
It's just a little more subtle.
Yes, it is.
It's more nuanced. It's more, it's there. There's more stuff.
Yeah.
There, I think.
There's more there, and there's less Richard Donner. Maybe that's it.
Like comedy is Richard Donner's strong suit. Like straight comedy.
Right.
He can incorporate comedic things to what he does.
Sure.
Like Lethal Weapon is great, and the funny parts of Lethal Weapon are really good. And like Goonies is a funny movie, but it's also more like an adventure movie.
Right, exactly.
With funny stuff.
Right.
But to do a straight up comedy is hard.
Yeah. Regardless, I still love this movie. I still watch it every year.
It's so good.
It's a great way to kick off the Christmas season, in my opinion. I've already watched it once. I might watch it again before the actual holiday.
I watch it again.
It's worth it.
Oh, do you know who sings the theme song?
No, I do not.
Al Green and Annie Lennox.
Really? Wow.
That song, Put a Little Love in Your Heart at the end. Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that. That's not a combination I would have put together.
I know. Well, hey, man, late 80s.
I know.
Who's around not doing much right now? Who can we get? I mean, they both have great voices, so it's kind of a cool, fun.
Alfred Woodard sounds great when she sings too.
She does.
Yeah.
She does. That's true. But that's a great ending too, with Bill Murray just ad-libbing to the camera.
Yeah.
About this side of the theater sing, now this side, now the men, now the real men. Like, again, who other than Bill Murray can pull that off?
Yeah. Well, this is our holiday tradition, watching Scrooged. And I think it should be everyone's. So while you're home, while you've got time this week before Christmas actually happens, turn on Scrooged. Watch it. Stream it. It's fun. It's worth it. And it's
good.
So good. That's the part that just kills me, is how Richard Donner, Bill Murray, Michael O'Donoghue, Mitch Glazer, none of them got the film that they wanted, but I think the film that we got is excellent. It's so much fun.
I mean, to be fair, I think most of the critics at the time too, when it came out, bashed it. Like Roger Ebert was famously not a fan, of which Bill Murray then called him out on later, like on his next press tour. We shot like one good scene. Bill Murray's like, there's some good stuff in there. We have like one good scene, a good take here, but it was.
Yeah.
And I do think Murray and Donner have, over the years, have warmed up to it a little bit and have accepted it for what it is. And, like you said, it's not necessarily what they had all wanted, but they did make something worthwhile.
Yeah. So go out, have a nice holiday season.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Put a little love in your heart.
Did I forget something, big man?
God